What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning movie chat. I hope you're all having a very good day. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here. We've got quite a few things that we are going to cover today. Sorry, a couple minutes late there. Just kind of lost track of time as I was sitting there making a thumbnail for the video. But anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day. We got superhero reviews here. It says, "How's it going? How are you doing today? Hope you are doing well." So we got we got a few things we want to talk about. I just some different rumors and stuff that have been making their rounds, and we're gonna go ahead and get into those in just a second here. Now it was just a few minutes ago, I was over on the Den of Nerds live channel. They were Josh was over there talking about just some different news and things going on with Star Wars, and was over there hanging out for a while. They did this nice, funny little skit where they went into the comments section. It was pretty funny. You should have been there. You should have been there. So anyway, before we get into anything, I just want to say thank you to all of the Patreon supporters who help make these live streams possible. All those names of all these awesome people are right here where you can check those Patreon supporters out. There are links down in the description where you can go and check out the Patreon if you'd like to donate $1 or $2 or whatnot. It's all greatly appreciated. Nothing you have to do because regardless, I am going to be here flapping my gums about all this stuff anyway. But thank you all so much for being here. See, we got Fanjexture in the house, Tommy, the hardest working moderator on YouTube, Zulu Entertainment, and Marquise Roberts. Marquise, I'm a little ways into that Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe series or little show movie. I don't know. I think I've got about 30 minutes in or so. So I guess that's about halfway. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for just the kind of production and everything that they were doing. It was pretty good so far. Pretty good. So I'll probably be doing a review on that very soon. I recently just got. I finally bought Jay and Silent Bob Reboot on digital, so I'll probably watch that here over the weekend. And I believe, I could be wrong, I still need to get with with Adam, right, over here at Fanjexture about the show next week. Over there on his channel that he does, possibly talking about Kevin Smith movies next week. So maybe that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend is catching up on Kevin Smith movies and reading some comic books and shooting some reviews for you all. Don't forget, tonight is the Trailer Park Live. That's at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to have Firewater Effects as a guest on the show tonight. And you guys know I usually start that off by talking about comic books, so we will do that, and then we're gonna get into some chats with Firewater Effects and things like that. It's gonna be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night for sure. And also, don't forget to check back on the channel on Saturday. We'll be doing a show at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would be 5 p.m. Eastern. Going to be doing haven't really thought of a name for the show yet, but I'm going to be getting together with Dylan over at Dylan's Comic Book Rants and Chris from Chaos and Comics, and we're going to do about a 90-minute live stream talking about probably we'll be talking about these new Dawn of X titles this week. We got Marauders and God, what was the other one we got? It was Excalibur issue number 6. I dropped my review on those already this morning. You can go check those out. And you can even go check out Chris over at Chaos and Comics and even Dylan over at Dylan's Comic Book Rants and check out their reviews of them as well. At least I think Dylan has one up. I don't know if I can't remember if I've seen Chris come up with one or not, but you should check that out. That's going to be on Saturday, and then later on the next about after that show, I'm going to be going on to General Zod's channel to do a live stream with him. So if you don't know who General Zod is, I'll see if I can find his link here at some point and put that here in the chats. If not, I will put it in the comments section here later after the video is uploaded and all that stuff, and you can come back and check that out. But we'll be going over to General Zod's channel as well. So that'll be definitely a fun time tomorrow. And then on Sunday, don't think I have anything planned on Sunday. I'm not sure if Mad Max is going to get the War Council together or not, but regardless, I mean, it sounds like it's probably going to be a pretty busy weekend, catching up on some movies and shooting some comic book reviews. So anyway, yeah, like I said, there are some links down there if you want to send if you want to become a Patreon supporter. Like I said, You should definitely check into that. Going to be been trying to do a little bit more stuff for my Patreon supporters over there. Got a couple of videos up, but I want to do more, and I need more input on, what do people want to see more of. So I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe over there documenting some of my personal journey with things going on throughout this year. That sounds like something pretty cool that they get to see. Just what I've been doing. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Like some little vlogs or something, some little personal life vlogs. I don't know, and we'll see how it works. And maybe if they like those, we might do something like that here on the channel as well. So anyway, okay, yeah. So there are some new rumors going around. I'm not sure if you guys follow MCU Cosmic Jeremy Conrad over there. He's one of the Marvel scoopers. He seems to have some inside sources. Usually has pretty reliable evidence. But the first thing I want to get right off the top, and we'll get into the Conrad stuff in just a minute, is supposedly yesterday I was talking about Rhodes Rants. He did a video. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to go check out his video that he did talking about the Captain Marvel 2 looking for that they've got somebody writing a script or penning a script and then looking for a director. And so I went ahead and looked into this, and yeah, even Young Ripper 59 did a video on it as well. And it comes from the Hollywood Reporter that Marvel Studios is currently, they have I can't remember the young lady's name that is writing on the Wanda and Vision series. I guess penning a script. I'm guessing she's probably writing a rough draft, just something general for them to go on for the next Captain Marvel movie, and they're seeking out a female director. Now the thing is a lot of people have done videos on this already, and And the thing is of course, everybody's making videos. There's a lot of videos you'll find out there with people outraged that they're looking for a female director. People out there talking about Captain Marvel is no good anyway, and Kelly Sue DeConnick is writing the movie and all that. The thing is yes, they are. I went and read the article, and a lot of it's in the way it's worded. They're seeking out a female director. It doesn't say they're specifically looking for one, but I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. We were talking about this yesterday. There's nothing wrong with them, getting a female director. Hell, that's fine. Nothing wrong with female directors. Same thing we said yesterday. Look at Patty Jenkins, what she did with Wonder Woman, and how the Marvel Cinematic Universe ran her off too. Man, they run off these great directors. You ever notice that? Weird. It's like Kevin Feige is very demanding. Like he wants you to do stuff for him. So yeah, they are looking. They do have this. Apparently, this writer looking up for the script. Looking to pen a script, probably just get a rough draft ready to go and get ready to go into Captain Marvel 2, looking for a female director. And, I'm okay with a female director. I think most people are okay with that. But the thing is you shouldn't ever limit your your resources there, you know what I mean? And, there's nothing wrong with them looking for a female director. Hey, I'm, like I said, I'm okay with that. I'm sure most people are. But it's if they pass up a better director just in looking for specifically, and that's what I didn't get that out of the article, that they were specifically looking for a female director, but they were just eyeing one, so if they're to me, the way it's worded, if they're eyeing one, it sounds like they've already got somebody in mind that they're looking at and that they want to bring to it. And honestly, I think, God, who was it? I think it was just Josh over at the Den of Nerds earlier on his live stream was talking about maybe that's what's going on with the Kenobi thing. Maybe Deborah Chow has been offered the job, and they're like, hey, like they're messing around over there. You got some free time? Why don't you come over here? I could totally see that happening. Because she did direct 2 of the best episodes of The Mandalorian. Actually, if you ask me, they are the 2 best episodes of The Mandalorian. So it would be smart of them if they were, and maybe that's what they're making reference to, is because maybe they kind of knew that they had her or some other female director already in mind for the role. So I mean, that could be what it is. So maybe that's what it meant, instead of not they're specifically seeking one out, but they have a certain one already in mind, and they're just waiting to make the deal. Maybe that's what it was, because the way it's worded in the article could mean that they're just seeking one out, or that they're already in talks with one. I don't know. That's the thing is, It's the funny thing about words. But if you look specifically how it's written, it's like it could mean either. It could mean either. So maybe they maybe are. Maybe that's true. Maybe they're getting Deborah Chow. What do you think about that? Let me know down there in the comments below. Um, so yeah, there's there's that news right there, and I'm it's whatever. It's Captain Marvel too. It's probably going to be probably won't be for another year or two anyway before they start going into production and beginning to even make that movie in the first place. So I don't know. And then also another scoop coming from Jeremy Conrad over at MCU Cosmic is that they are currently possibly looking at casting a America Chavez for the MCU as well. Um, and now I don't really know a whole lot about the character. I think I read a little bit of her character in one of the story arcs that I was reading. It's probably through like Civil War 2, seeing her somewhere in there. But yeah, apparently there's a casting call going out for the Doctor Strange 2 movie, looking for a Hispanic female to for probably like some sort of like secondary character, I guess supporting character kind of role. So and what exactly that means, she could be in the movie for like 2 minutes, and that's about it. But and that's possibly what Jeremy Conrad is saying is it could possibly be America Chavez, which kind of makes sense. It's funny. Not too long ago, actually, I don't know. I guess it was been a couple months ago. Young Rippa 59 was on one of his live streams, and we're talking about some of the different movies that we're probably going to end up seeing in the MCU. I mean, soon enough, we're probably going to have Squirrel Girl. Yeah, we're going to have it. And that was one of the things we brought up too is America Chavez. Man, it's coming. And I think I had said something about that too because I can't remember if there was like a specific comic or something that was coming out right at this around that same time. I'm like, huh, like the comics that is while they use that for source material sometimes they release some of these like the True Believers and different comics like that and just certain things at certain times because I noticed like right now, currently, there's a whole lot of Black Widow books been dropping. They got the new one they announced that's starting in April being written by Kelly Thompson. I did a video on that on Monday where you should go check it out because I announced a giveaway over there. So you should go over there and learn the details on how to get entered into the giveaway that I'm going to be doing for a copy of the trade paperback of Black Widow No Restraints Play, written by Jen and Sylvia Soska, with art by Flaviano, lettered by VC's Clayton Cowles, and Clayton Crane does the covers. I want to say there's somebody else too. Am I forgetting somebody? Bandini. There's a Bandini in it. But yeah, I'm going to be giving away a copy. The only thing you have to do is go to that video and watch how to get entered, and you just have to be a U.S. resident. Shipping and handling reasons, or it costs a lot to ship stuff overseas. But yes, a copy of this right here. Gandini, Veronica Gandini is she may be the colorist. Let's find out here. And don't worry, this is my copy of it, so you ain't got to trip. And you gotta be tripping. Yeah, the color artist is Veronica Gandini. Yeah, see that? There they are, right there. Bam. Giving away a copy of this. But you gotta go watch that video. I did it on Monday. We're gonna do the giveaway on May 1st when Black Widow premieres at the theaters when it comes out. So yeah, go check that out. Make sure you go check that out. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make. I mean, it makes sense that they're probably going to be bringing in some of these other characters. There's been rumors that they're going to be doing a Young Avengers movie in the first place. So them introducing a character like America Chavez by way of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, it really just kind of makes sense because they're talking about this movie's going to be really going in, kind of showing the multiverse and kind of messing around with it. I mean, just so we may get, and who knows, we may just see versions of characters that we may not even get because it's a different, universe. So it could just be, maybe they just have just like a cameo of that character, and then maybe, who knows, later in the MCU, maybe it's, somehow different or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about them, the MCU getting ready to make an America Chavez movie or Disney Plus series? It could be either or. She could be introduced on the Disney Plus series and then brought into the MCU into the movies by way of that, because they have said that that's what they're going to be doing a lot of, which kind of leads me just to back to a conversation like we were having yesterday. Is I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier series is going to be more about Sam Wilson coming to terms to become the next Captain America, not so much that he'll be Captain America in it. Because remember, the name of the show is Falcon and Winter Soldier, not Captain America and the Winter Soldier. You know, we've already been there. We've done that. You know, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what it's going to be about. And then the next time we see Sam Wilson in a movie, he will be Sam Wilson, Captain America. And then that's when we'll eventually go into Captain Marvel, Civil War 2. And then we'll end up rolling into Secret Empire. And then we'll go through maybe that'll be the next Captain America movie is Secret Empire. And then maybe the next one after that, maybe that's the Secret Wars or anything like that. Who knows? Who knows? It could be. It could easily be. I mean, they've really got pieces and remnants of everything there to kind of put together. You know what I mean? They've kind of assembled it all. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back into the chat and see what everybody's saying. Let's see. Superhero reviews. Safari Injector, Tommy Zulu, Marquise Roberts. Fair Injector says I'll send you a DM. Hit me up later. Okay, yeah, for sure, for sure. Hello, Tara. She says, "Hey, kids, how are you doing, Tara?" I am True Skill says, "Trinity, I hear about the Thunderbolts." Yeah, that was another thing, and that's kind of one that has been going around for a while anyway about the Thunderbolts getting ready to be built up because they do have all the pieces there. I mean, they have the pieces there for a whole lot of like everything really. They got the pieces there, and just like I was saying right now. But yeah, apparently it's very possible they could be doing that because a few months ago there was some set photos leaked, and I was watching this on Kinda Culty. I'm not sure if you guys follow Kinda Culty. It was you should go check out his channel. It's really cool stuff. But he did a video talking. I want to say that was maybe a month ago or so. He did a video. It might not have been that long ago. That he did a video talking about some of the set photo leaks from I think like late November or something like that, where they were on the set of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, where they're like on a football field and there is a person there with a big trench coat, all covered up. And I was talking about this yesterday. But they were covered up in a trench coat and they had like a mohawk, like a pink mohawk, and they were thinking that might be Mockingbird. So, isn't that right? Isn't that who I'm thinking of? Yeah, pretty sure that's who I'm thinking of. Who was part of the Thunderbolts as well. We already know that they've got Zemo right there. They've got plenty of other characters. They've got, I mean, Winter Soldier himself used to be part of the Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? You got Thaddeus Ross that's going to be in the Black Widow movie, which I think the Black Widow movie is somehow going to tie into the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. In case you guys didn't watch my video on that, I think maybe Black Widow had something to do with the time that Sam Wilson was in Iran and Riley, his partner, got shot out of the sky, and I don't know. I'm just saying it could be. It could be. So that's what she does. She's a spy. She's an international super spy. She's like James Bond, but more badass. Fan Injector says binge buddies on Sunday. Yeah. Oh man, binge buddies. But yeah, I think I am True Skills. I think Thunderbolts is very likely to happen. I think it's very likely to happen pretty soon. Terzon says I have unpopular opinions of Captain Toxic Feminism. No, it's okay. It's all good. There is wait, hold on. What are your unpopular opinions on it? I'm curious about that now, because if they're unpopular opinions, then that would mean, because to me, I think a lot of the opinions that I hear come out of like a lot of the fandom menacers, I mean, I think those are popular opinions. I think a lot of people have that opinion. I mean, I think there's, it's just like politics. There's left and there's right on the Captain Marvel thing. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people really, really, really don't like it. Some people love it. When it comes down to it, for me, like with Captain Marvel, to me, the movie, it's okay. I mean, as a movie, it's a decent movie. But for what it should be and what it could be, is a different story. Um, that's a totally different story, and something that I've got. I need to stop procrastinating and just stop being scared and sitting down and writing that video already about saving Captain Marvel before. I better hurry since Marvel is here watching my channel, and we've got proof of this now. We've got proof that Marvel actually comes here and watches my channel. Okay, guys, I'm not sure if you guys seen my review the other day. My review the other day of this issue of Marauders. Okay, I just dropped it on the channel just the other day. Here's something they did here. This is something I've been griping about for a while. And it's this right here. They gave us a one-page title page. They've been doing these things at the beginning of them where they put 2 pages up there, like it's a page of this, it's a page of this, and then they got another page that's just basically got the other half of the X, and nothing. I got tired of it, but they're listening, because in Marauders, we got one title page. But don't get too happy, because also they did Excalibur this week too, and it still had 2. Dang it. Ugh. These people, man. So maybe I should make that video really soon. Maybe I'll work on that this week and get my Captain Marvel video. Saving Captain Marvel. I know, right? It's a great title. It's great. It's very clickbaity. I don't know. But yeah, like for me, like as a movie, it's a decent movie. Like I think in my top movie things, I think it's somewhere like right in the middle. It's somewhere there, right in the middle. But yeah, it's okay. Like the problem is I mean, what they do. I'm not going to get into it right now. The Great Council, thank you so much for being here. Tommy says, only thing I have a problem with is the extremely bad writing and unimagination that seems to be prevalent in most movies and shows for the most part. I feel that way. Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, you just need better writing, and that means they need, and fortunately, the thing is, when it comes to the MCU, you have Kevin Feige there. I trust, like, in Kevin Feige to make things better and more interesting than they are in the comic books, because believe me, the Captain Marvel movie was better than it's been in the comic books that I've read anyway. So I mean, I definitely trust in him for that. Terrazon says Captain Marvel was bland at best, but then Brie did interviews. Right. I was just saying that's really what turned everybody away from Captain Marvel for the most part. Most people is because some comments that she made at a Women in Films awards festival, and hey, I get it, I get it. But me, like, I don't care about those kinds of things. Of course she feels that way. Of course she's gonna say those things. It only makes sense. She's one of those Hollywood types, right? You gotta, But the movie itself, I mean, it's decent, and I've and that's what I was gonna say. Like when I do my video, that's what I need to point out, because I've done some videos already talking I don't hang on to it. Like I talked about Captain Marvel like last year sometime. I did my videos like around that time talking about the movie, and that was about it. That was about it. Now I'm having to talk about it again because other people out there spreading a bunch of garbage about it. But until we got these stories that it is actually getting ready to go into pre-production. But before that, it was Kelly Sue DeConnick is gonna be the writer. Like, come on, man. Get off sausage roll. Get off that sausage roll, dog. Get off that sausage roll. Some comic book hunter, hello, how are you doing? Sith Lord says hello. AFK Bard, late again. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We haven't really got into a whole lot, I guess. Not into a whole lot. It just jumped on me. Okay, yeah. Okay, not too bad. Let's see where we're at. Everybody's saying hello. Keely Chow says hello. Thank you so much for being here. Keely Chow. I'm True Skills says Cardi B as America Chavez. Does Cardi B act? That's the only thing I would ask. I mean, we need people who can act, not just people who are celebrities. That just doesn't work out too good. Sometimes it does if there's somebody who's talented enough to come in and be and act as well. I mean, I'm not going to act like if they're shooting a video and like they're not having to act a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if she can act, maybe. But I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like just because somebody looks like a part, looks good for a role, doesn't mean that they should be that role. You know what I mean? Um, so I mean that's the one thing. I mean we need good, at least talented actors to be taking these roles for sure. AFK Bard says the first 20 movies were really crowded, but they also took their time introducing people. This new phase feels really rushed and jam packed with new faces. Well, I think that's part of why we're going to get some of them introduced into the and yeah, and hello to you as well. Good morning. I think part of that is that they're going to be able to introduce characters by way of the Disney Plus streaming service, so they can introduce characters there. So by the time they get into the movies, they really only have to bring in the character and kind of give you, a couple of lines where characters interact, and they kind of bring you up to speed on who the person is. Just something, as opposed to having to go into a whole character story. Now, this was something else I've been meaning to talk about as well. Because the one thing is, when it comes to the Marvel and the MCU movies, is if you go watch any one of them, they're all, except for the crossover movies, you get your Avengers films. Well, I guess that's pretty much about it. Your Avengers films. All the rest of these movies stand alone by themselves as a film. Like you look at the Iron Man franchise, you could look at the Iron Man movies. All three of them, they work together in a pretty good story arc. But at the same time, each one of them is a good standalone film. Tells you enough about the characters, and helps it move forward. But they're really just standalone films. You could watch just those and not have to watch anything else. The thing is the same thing with the Thor movies. They're kind of really, well, for the most part, standalone films. I mean, Thor Ragnarok just seems to have a little bit more tied into it, but it's still just a good standalone Thor film, and that's what all of them are. You can watch the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're the same way, pretty much self-contained stories. But look at all the different franchises, and they are all good standalone. You could just watch these ones, and then you get to the Avengers movies, and that's when you get the crossover with, you get all the characters in there, and you get the payoff by being invested in those films. So that's the one thing that Marvel has done good at, is making good standalone films, and then they just happen to have little things sprinkled in them that, like a tease here, an Easter egg here, or an Easter egg there, or a character that comes in here or there that's going to tie into another movie somehow, or somehow this storyline just, in a roundabout way, is eventually going to tie into the larger storyline. You don't know what I mean? So it's, a lot of it's kind of that. And I think that they're still going to do the same thing. Like, all the talk after Scott Derrickson left, Doctor Strange 2, people, like, there's speculation out there that they're wanting to do all this different kinds of stuff with the different characters and all that stuff. It's going to be a bigger movie, just like Captain America Civil War was, where it was more of a, it wasn't an Avengers film, but they had more characters in it, and and those kinds of things. But it's still a good standalone film. As well, and goes, is a perfect third story in the Captain America arc. So I mean, there's that, and so really, and honestly, if you look at that, we haven't got a great close to this Captain America arc. So that's why we'll probably be getting another Captain America's movie soon enough. But anyway, so that's really been the strength, and I think that's, like, when it comes to having, like, it's, Doctor Strange is going to tie into WandaVision somehow. I think a lot of that's going to be just kind of like loose ends, like little narrative threads, like probably from stuff that happens in the movie, is going to affect it. But I don't know that they're going to introduce a whole lot of characters by way of the movie. Like I said, like America Chavez, if they put her in there, I don't think she's going to be like some big, like, name in the movie. I think if anything, it might just be a small little cameo role, and that's about it. And then later they will do that character in the Disney Plus series. But and I think that's what it is too. And the new phase, I think part of the thing is just, we don't. I mean, we know everything that's coming, and that was one of the things when the slate got released. Is I kind of feel like we all knew what movies were coming. We knew we were getting Black Widow. We knew we were getting Eternals. We knew that there was. God, what else? There was something else. I mean, Black Panther 2. You know, we know like some of these things we know is coming. We know there's another Captain Marvel movie coming. You know what I mean? So it seems like everything that was coming afterward, we know there's a another Spider-Man movie coming. It seems like when they make that announcement, it's like it's not exciting because we already knew what was coming. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we already know this, and then by the time we see a couple more of these films that are going to probably introduce a couple of new characters, we're going to see that and be like, okay, well, we kind of know what's going to come, because we're going to see mutants sprinkled in here at some point. You know what I mean? So you're going to be like, okay, well, I know soon enough a mutants movie is going to be coming, an X-Men movie. We're going to be seeing them soon. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that going on. So as far as like big surprises, I think there's going to be less and less of them because of things like that. So I think that's why it doesn't really feel as exciting as it used to. You know what I mean? Because they've been able to open up and do so much more. Eli Gray, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a very good day. Eli Gray says, also remember, guys, in the pre-MCU universe, the X-Men and Spidey were the A-listers. Marvel has always had a problem with Avengers and those characters' sales and popularity until the last 10 years. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even look at Guardians of the Galaxy. They weren't popular when, when Marvel went and made a movie about them. They weren't popular at all. Hello again, Vlad. How are you doing? Um, Van Jexter says, "Don't be scared." Eli Gray says, "Please elaborate on my last comment as a comic book fan." Um, in the pre-MCU universe, in the X-Men, Spideyverse. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, well, and that's the thing is like, I mean, the X-Men and the Spider-Man films, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, and that's something I've talked about a lot here on the channel. Is a lot of people look at these movies and say, oh, they're garbage and all this stuff. MCU stands and all this stuff. And that's the thing is like these movies laid the groundwork for what we have today in the MCU. I mean, Kevin Feige was involved. I think he was involved. I don't know if he was involved in the Sony Spider-Man stuff, but he was definitely involved in the Fox X-Men stuff. I mean, his name's in the credits. Um, and he's been involved in a lot of the Marvel cartoon series and all those cartoons that you've seen out there, like the movie ones. He's been involved with those for a long time. But yeah, I mean, X-Men, what Bryan Singer did with them. Now, I always kind of felt that those X-Men films were kind of like a safe homage to the comic books, you know what I mean? Like they took the comic books and they tried to make it realistic, you know what I mean? And they played it a little too safe in being realistic, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's cool that it's a little more realistic too. Because I mean, look at it. Maybe they need to either go over the top or not, or just do what they did in like the first couple films, I guess. Because you look at the suits that they were wearing, they're kind of cheesy, you might as well just go full on comic book cheesy, make them look like those, you know what I mean? If you ask me, because kind of what they did in those movies is kind of cheesy too, you know what I mean? So I think you should just go the full camp or not. Go the full camp or not. But yeah, certainly the X-Men. I mean, they laid the groundwork for what we got now, as well as Spider-Man. But we could easily say that so did the Donners. Wasn't it that Richard Donner did the Superman films, Tim Burton's Batman films? I mean, a lot of those movies did as well. Because I mean, they were doing, DC. That's the thing is Warner Brothers and DC. They used to be the bigger, more prominent company in making these films, and now they're hopefully the pendulum is swinging back their way. But they were once the dominant force where Marvel didn't have anything out. So they did do a lot of that groundwork, and then Fox came in with the X-Men, Sam Raimi and Sony, and with Spider-Man. Absolutely, 100% agreed. And yeah, I mean, they all helped lay the groundwork for what we're getting today with the MCU. Sith Lord says, rather be put down by Rogue. Oh, yeah, hey, who knows? That might happen. That could happen. That could absolutely happen. Let's see. Oh, it kind of skipped on me here. Make sure you all remember to rub that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Absolutely, make sure you do. Black Angus Reviews, what's up? He says, cancel every T. Or cancel every... What? Are you? Oh, everything. Okay, cancel everything. I thought you were butt texting me, man. Thought you were butt texting. Due to reviews, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. Eli Gray says Brie ain't getting replaced no matter how much you love or hate her. She's an Academy Award winning actress. Watch the unedited interviews and watch her hosting Kimmel and when she was on Craig. Oh, was that what's that show? The Craig one. Not Craig Kilborn, but man, see that's how old I am. Craig Kilborn. I can't. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, I mean they're not gonna. They're not gonna replace Brie Larson in the Captain Marvel role. That's not gonna happen. Um, yeah, I mean I don't really don't even really need to elaborate on that. It's the person they got. I mean she's in for like 5 movies at best. Um, and let's see here. Okay. I need to change that. Let's see. AFK Bard, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says I want a Deadpool Spider-Man team up. So much smart and quippy comebacks. Also love you, Trent. Thank you. And yes, Deadpool Spider-Man team up would be pretty cool. Something they could, and I think they could easily do that in a PG-13 movie. But if they're going to be doing, if they did that at Sony, and who knows, maybe the MCU would be nice and let them do play with Deadpool, of course, with their supervision. Um, I could see them doing that. I could see them doing that. Spider-Man Deadpool film. I don't see why the MCU would want to do that. Because Sony would be willing to take the risks there and possibly do the R rating, or maybe they'd just go for PG-13 and have it probably be heavy as hell. And like I said, with a bunch of the crude humor, just kind of all with some clever edits and stuff. They could do that. I mean, who knows? Um, I think Deadpool could do it. Certainly, that would be cool though. Um, Eli Gray says Ferguson. She's not a prime. She's not a prime and proper as everyone makes her out to be. Oh, you're talking about yeah. Yeah. About Brie Larson there. Echo Base Network says hello everyone. Good morning. Good morning to you, Echo Base Network. Hope you're doing good today. Um, let's see. AFK Bart says Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man was lightning in a bottle. That was a major gamble, and Dag Nabbit, he really sold the MCU. Yeah, he did, man. Robert Downey Jr. Hands down. I mean, he did a great job with the Tony Stark role. He's a great Tony Stark. I mean, he's a good actor anyway. I've always liked Robert Downey Jr. Like when I was younger and everything, in any of the movies that I remember seeing him in. Like, God, what was man? All of a sudden, I forget. You ever see? Oh man, what is it? It's not two guys, a girl, in a pizza place. It's two girls. Is it two girls and a guy? Something like that. I think that's what it is. It's a really good one. I'm not sure if you've ever seen Chances Are. Chances Are is a good one as well. What was the other one that he was in? Um, oh man, with James Spader and God, who? Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen that movie. You guys know what movie I'm talking about, though. You know what movie I'm talking about. Um, man, I'll remember it in just a minute. I'll remember it in just a minute. Downey did good. Yes, Fanjextra says AFK Bar, don't bring up Iron Man to Trinity. I can hear him. I can't hear. I can't hear Stark sham rant again. Oh man, the Starks are a sham, man. You know what? I don't even need to say it again. The video's out there. Just type in hashtag the Stark sham here on YouTube, and you'll see. You'll see. Go and be wizened up a little bit. Go and be wizened. That was one of my earlier videos too. It's about a year old now, so go check it out. Be wizened up just a little bit about the the great Tony Stark. Heard Doolittle was bad. Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad too. Eli Gray says RDJ will be back sooner than later, thanks to Doolittle. I don't know. I think there's other things out there he's got in the works, and maybe he'll get another great role that'll pop off. But probably nothing like a franchise film like that. And that's kind of what I've said about Chris Evans as well. I mean, Chris Evans. I mean, sure sure, Chris Evans, he wants to go off and do some more directing and stuff like that. But the thing is you need money to do that, and obviously studios and stuff are willing to trust him. But at some point, if he's doing all this, still got to put forth some sort of capital. And the thing is when you're working, when you're not getting work because you're directing a movie, you know what I mean? You're taking the time off to direct a movie that's going to pay off later. You kind of start to miss that big money from them Marvel checks. You know what I'm saying? You used to getting paid like that. Oh, he gonna start missing them. He gonna start missing them just like Robert Downey Jr. But I honestly I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is gonna come in any big capacity. He's probably gonna come in little cameo roles here and there. Probably nothing major. Probably nothing major. AFK Bard says, I don't know. I think it's cute. He has a lot of money. He doesn't really need to come back. Yeah, and that's true as well. Fanjecture says, uh, Eli Gray, I don't know. He's got Sherlock Holmes incoming. I really don't think he cares too much about how Doolittle did. Yeah, if he did, well, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm like, if he did, maybe he would have said a little bit more on set when they were making, like, hey man, we can't make this movie. Maybe it was one of those roles he had to do because he's like, I got to do this role because it kind of shows like I'm getting a little bit older now, so I got to do these roles that are made for somebody a little bit older. So I got to look a little bit older for this movie. So maybe I better just do this one, where I play the quirky old man. That's what it is. Didn't you see how they broke it down in Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, where um, where they were there on the set of Goodwill Hunting 2 hunting season. He's like, you got to do first. You got to do the revenge flick, and then you got to do the. I can't remember what all I said there, but yeah. But I'll be brushing up this weekend as we're getting ready for Fanjecture's debate next week. Next week on next Wednesday, that'll be fun. Um, Sherlock Holmes is not popular with everyone, and he's already been doing the interviews about open to coming back. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Joe Rogan interview. Yeah, that Joe Rogan podcast was a pretty good one too. It was a pretty good one too. Um, Maybe Downey Jr. is done doing stuff for now since he's pretty much rich for life. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Hopefully, he's invested some of that money. Um, Talking about yeah, what he said. He was coming back whether it did well or not. He's pretty much done with Stark now. He feels the character arc is done. Definitely go watch Joe Rogan's interview. It was pretty good. A Dude of Reviews says Civil War. Just watched Civil War last night. One of my favorite Marvel films. Yeah, Civil War. I like it. It's a good one. It's not one of my favorites. I don't know. It's up there. It's up there. But I mean, it's not like the greatest neither. You know what I mean? It's not like to me. I mean, Winter Soldier is definitely better than Civil War. But yeah, I do like Civil War though. I do like Civil War because there's a lot of things. Like one of my favorite lines in the MCU there is in Civil War, and it's right when they leave, right after Cap and Bucky leave the airport, and they're there flying on the Quinjet, heading to Siberia, and they're talking, and Steve Rogers, and I've talked about this before too many times. Steve Rogers is talking to Bucky, and he goes, Buck, those people all those years, all those people that you killed. He said it wasn't you. You were under the under the brainwashed by Hydra, and Bucky just says, and he just kind of looks at him. He's like, I know, but I did it. And I was just like, damn, man. Every time I see that, see that in the movie, like, dude, I get goosebumps because I'm like, dude, like that's what it's all about right there. That's why he should be the next Captain America. That's why he should be. Because he knows he did wrong. And he feels bad about it, and he said he remembers every single one of them, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he knows. He knows, and he's willing to accept the responsibility for it, you know? I don't know. Pretty cool. Um, let's see. But yeah, Civil War is a good one. Let's see. Um, Fanjecture says that of due to reviews, I like Civil War more than Winter Soldier. Ducks for cover. No, that's fine. I mean, like Civil War is good, but like me, I like Winter Soldier more. Just because I like that whole kind of spy espionage kind of thing. You know what I mean? I like that. I like that. Civil War is great because it's kind of got all the characters and stuff in it as well. It's a little bit bigger of a movie, but after you see Avengers Infinity War, you're like, man, eat your heart out, Civil War. God dang, man. um, let's see. Terrazon says, my 26 windows are here. Gotta run, y'all. More renovations. All right, Tara, take it easy and good luck with the windows. Good luck with the windows. And I'm probably way behind here. I'm True Skill says, hey, Trinity, it seems like Marvel is making a lot of comics for children. The art looks cartoonish in some of the books. Well, it just depends. I mean, they do have books out there that they make specifically for kids, but I mean, the cartoonish look. I mean, that's just the person who's doing the art in it, who they get to do it, and sometimes that's pretty bad. Like this week's issue of Marauders, Matteo Lolly. I think it was Matteo Lolly. The job he did, and I really wasn't into it. Really wasn't into it. It looked a little too cartoonish for that story. And that was something I was talking about, I think, yesterday on the show as well. Like, or maybe even in my review, where like Storm looks a little too cartoony. Like, I like the way she looked in Marauders issue, the one I just showed a few minutes ago, or no, I guess yesterday. It was yesterday. I think it was Marauders issue number 4, where it's got Storm on the cover, and she lands on that beach and she starts kicking those dudes' asses, man. Like that's how you draw Storm. That looked awesome. Um, let's see, Rosetta Allen. Hello, how are you doing today, Rosetta? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better. Yova Rhodes, how are you doing today? Ooh, everything just jumped on me again. Dylan's comic book rant says, "What's up, my brother? How are you doing this morning?" Spider-Man Deadpool has got to be done. Yeah, and if it gets done, it probably won't be done by the MCU. It won't be done in the MCU. I wouldn't guess anyway. Um, let's see. Eli Gray says, at Fanjecture, each Holmes film did well and earned about 550 million each. Fanjecture says, rando question: has anyone read Marvels, the one from the perspective of a news photographer? I would love to see that as a Disney Plus show. I haven't read the Marvels series. I haven't, but I think, God, who was doing the covers on those? I think I seen was Alex Ross doing the covers on those, because I know they got another one right now called Marvel's X, I believe, and I think that's being written by Jim Kruger. Um, yeah, that would be a great show, says Eli Gray. Yeah, I haven't read those though. I haven't read those to say. A dude review says I read Marvels. Alex Ross art is so okay. I was right. It is Alex Ross. Yes, Alex Ross is great. Alex Ross is great. Two girls, one pizza place. No, no. It's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Two Girls and a Man, or A Man and Two Girls, or something like that. It's a Robert Downey Jr. film, but it's a really good one. Eli Gray says, it would be hilarious if Deadpool is physically unable to swear in a Spidey team up movie and complaining about it, like Cartman's shot collar in the South Park movie, right? Sith Lord says, chances are is an old one. He was also in Back to School. Oh yeah, he was in Back to School. Yeah, with Rodney Dangerfield, where he did the triple Lindy. AFK Bard, $5 donation. Thank you so much, AFK Bard, once again. Says, first time I saw Robert Downey Jr. in something, it was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Val Kilmer. Super fun. That's one of the ones, I haven't seen that movie. Yeah, RDJ, but I do know that he's in that. Val Kilmer. God, there's several people in that one as well. But yeah, that's one of those movies that, like, I never seen, and I almost feel bad and guilty, and I still haven't seen it yet, and I feel even worse, and I don't even want to admit it. But yeah, I want to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Man, I remember him, like, yeah, back in his younger days, man. God, I still can't remember the name of that movie. What's the name of that movie? Oh man, I can't remember, and I don't want to look it up. I'm not gonna IMDb it. Dang it, I'm not gonna IMDb it. I'm too proud to IMDb it. Sith Lord says less than, yeah, there we go, less than zero, I think was the name of the movie. Yes, absolutely right, Sith Lord. I knew it was something like, it was right on the tip of my tongue, and yes, there we go, less than zero. Eli Gray says no big RDJ return until the next Avengers film. All actors care about losses. Yeah, I agree about that too. I don't think he would come back probably till the next Avengers film. Yeah, definitely agreed. RDJ take pride in having successful films. It's not all about the money. Right, yeah, exactly. Biden Touch says, it's easy for people who have money to say it's not about money. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's those broke people. When we say it, we're the ones who really mean it, dang it. A dude of review says the Spider-Man introduction is what makes me love Civil War more than Winter Soldier. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, cause yeah, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but even like it was cool seeing him introduced. But then like later once we get into MCU Spidey, man, he's all right, but he's not Spider-Man. He's just not Spider-Man. He's not like the comic book Spider-Man. He's different Spider-Man. He's look up to Tony Stark Spider-Man, and see fanjecture, here we go again. He looks up to Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is barely even a hero, if a hero at all. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Hashtag the Stark Sham. Go look it up. But yeah, he don't look up to Tony Stark. He makes his own suits. I mean, eventually, he did get one from Tony Stark and all that kinds of stuff too, and I'm okay with that. The thing is I don't care if even Tony provides technology to help him make a better suit, but Peter Parker need to be making his own suits, man, his own technology, man. Okay, this is Peter Parker we're talking about. This is Peter Parker. Peter Parker. Snowdub says, Jenner check, Jenner check, Jenner check. Woo! All right, man. Yeah, and last night, I actually did some binge buddying with my friends, the Cotton Connection with Snowdub and Kermit, and Megs. They did a little live stream yesterday, and they were talking, doing a live stream where we all watched it together of Ash and the versus the Evil Dead, and it was good. We watched episode 1. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Sith Lord says Winter Soldier should have kept his mask. Yeah, for sure. Eli Gray says Trinity, I always agree with you, brother. Winter Soldier should be Cap. He has the strength and abilities, and was Cap in the comics too. Absolutely, and we could see a version of that still. I think we could still see a version of that. Sylvester M, what's up? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I think I seen you over in Young Ripper's chats yesterday. Hope you're doing well today. Eli Gray says Feige is taking over the comics division as well. Let's wait and see what the Marvel books are like in a year. They got Jim Lee to pencil one of the Wolverine #1 variants. Nice. Yeah, and man, that book's gonna be like $8, man. Like, come on, Marvel. Come on, dudes. I guarantee you there's probably going to be a 2 freaking page title page in it. Marvel. I'm telling you. I buy a lot of your books, man. And I know you guys are out there listening now because you gave me 1-page title page in Marauders, and I'm happy about that, and thank you. But we need to talk about some stuff. Feel free to send me an email. We got to talk. Okay? We got to talk. It's all good. I mean, very easy fixes, very easy minor fixes. The Chosen One says, what's up, 2nd Street? Hope all is well. I hope you're doing well as well, The Chosen One. Hope everything is going good today on this Friday morning. That's such a great morning it looks like outside. I woke up this morning and went for my bike ride. Got about an hour in. Going to do about an hour here a little bit later on because I got to get 2 hours in today. I just didn't have the time. I didn't wake up early enough to get 2 hours in. I mean, I did, but I took, time to wake up and get ready and then go out and ride. And stay hydrated. I know you see me drinking a lot of coffee, but I've been drinking a lot of water too. Let's see. Sith Lord says, keep waiting to see Thundercats Roar art style in a serious comic the way some of these books look now. Okay, I'm guessing is that cartoon you're talking about? Yeah, I was gonna say I think who is it that does that type of art style? I think it's like Steven Universe does that type of art style in their comic books. Yeah, Grace says Alex Ross, yes. Let's see, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is an incredible movie. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't seen that one. A dude of review says, haha, you have a memory like mine, 2nd Street. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, just some of the movies and stuff, when I talk about it, I'm like, man, it's been a while since I've seen that, man. Like, there's a lot of things it seems like it was just yesterday, but sometimes I think about something that's been a while, I'm like, man, I'm sitting there like Aaron Lewis, like, it's been a while since I have ever turned on my TV and watched that movie. It's been a while. What, you don't know Stained? I know, and that was really bad. I wasn't ready for that. Hashtag cancel Trinity. Jesus. That was pretty terrible. AFK Bard says, sorry for the guilt trip. Oh, which guilt trip? What are you talking about? Which guilt trip? Which guilt trip was it? Oh, for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. That's one of the ones I should see because I've heard it's a really good one. Um, let's see. Vlad Rice says Spider Baby. Yeah, man. Like he's. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate the MCU Spider Man. I just like he's. There's better Spider Man out there. To me, the best Spider Man is a mixture of Tom Holland Spider Man and a mixture of. You toss in some Tobey Maguire Spider Man and you toss in some Andrew Garfield Spider Man. He's a mixture of all three of them. He's a mixture of all three of them. That's the perfect Spider Man. It's a mixture of all three of them. That's kind of what it is. Because I think Tom Holland has got this Peter Parker down really great. And at the time, I thought that, I thought at the time that even Tobey Maguire had the actual Spider-Man character or Peter Parker down really great as well. Now the thing is like I kind of like the suits in the original the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, but also go back and look at the suit that they had in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's probably like the most comic accurate Spider-Man suit that we've had in any film. I mean, it just looked perfect, perfect. And I was thinking there's a version of Spider-Man in the comic books that reminds me of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like has like the same look and everything. Like looked almost the exact same. It's kind of funny. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and find out which issues it was, but it looked like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and maybe they took it from Andrew Garfield. Who knows? Spidey ain't no sidekick. Absolutely. The Chosen One said Winter Soldier will take over after Falcon, most likely. Yeah, could be. But I'm not sure that Sebastian Stan's gonna. How much longer is he gonna be in the MCU at this point? And plus, like, it's not like he's ever really been like a huge major character, so he could continue to do little cameos for a while. I'm sure he appreciates that steady paycheck that he gets because it's not like he's getting a bunch of starring roles and big roles anyway. So I'm sure he's happy doing that anyway. Snowdove says hashtag binge buddies for life. Yes. Eli Gray says MCU Spidey is like the teenage Spidey from the Spider-Verse. Stark was a crazy alcoholic narcissist and not a team player. Yeah, absolutely. 1-2 Comic Talk says Joe Quesada went from CCO to publisher. Yeah, indeed. And that's probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing. Let's see. Sith Lord says Quesada was a good dude back in the 90s. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, and I don't really know a whole lot about him, but yeah, that's what I've heard. Eli Gray says, thank Hickman for the 2-page splash pages. There's Easter eggs sometimes. Professor Bill from Comic Book University cracked the mutant text. Oh, as far as what on the mutant text? What do you mean? Like, cause like I'm almost to the point now. Like where I'm almost to the point where I understand the Krakoan language because I've looked at this thing enough times to decipher it all. That I like a lot of them now. I'm getting to the point where like, oh, okay, like I got this. I got these letters. I understand them now. So yeah, I'm getting better at that myself. Definitely getting better at that myself. But anyway, maybe I'll go and check that out. And I'm a Patreon supporter even of Professor Bill. Yeah, I go to his channel a lot. He's pretty cool dude. But yeah, I'll have to check that out because I think I missed like his last couple of X-Men videos. RDJ and the John Hughes movies, Weird Science. Yeah, Weird Science, man. I ain't seen that in a long time, but that was a good one. Thundercats Roar is top tier crap. Yeah, I haven't seen it though. Fangesture says hashtag stained copyright strike. Yeah, I know. Gonna get it. But I changed the lyrics though. I changed it up. I made it my own. I'm taking it back. Vlad Riot says I didn't like McGuire. Thought he was too insecure. Oh, McGuire thought he was too insecure in his facial expressions. And his attitude. Yeah, see, and I think that he fit the perfect Peter Parker for a Peter Parker that would have been, probably around that era, like late 90s, 2000 era. I mean, I know the movie came out in like later in like 2000, like 2002. But I mean, he was like that. But it was more like more like a really like an homage to the comic books as well. But not as safe of an homage as the X-Men books were. but it was still kind of like that. It was kind of like that old school, like that older. I guess where technology wasn't as prevalent, like an older style Peter Parker, and I think that's what he worked good as, not as like a modern day Peter Parker. That's why I think Tom Holland kind of fits that really well because he's got his little cell phone and all that kinds of stuff, and he's that kind of stuff makes sense. Those kind of updates. Eli Gray says the perfect trinity of those actors would make the perfect Spidey. You say yes, yes, yes. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That was a good one. Um, Sith Lord says Amazing Spider-Man 2 was so bad. Yeah, I mean, again, like for me, it does more bad than it does good. It's not like I've seen worse movies. Okay, Fantastic Four films. I've seen worse movies, but it's not a great film at all. It's not a great film at all. But I mean, I like it. I like it, but yeah, it's not a great film. But they do have the most comic accurate Spider-Man suit in that movie. 1-2 Comic Talk says I have met Joe Quesada back in the early '90s a couple times. Nice, nice, awesome. That's pretty sweet. Probably get any books signed by him or anything? I'm guessing maybe. Vlad Riot says I guess now is not the time to claim. Now is not the time to claim to Trinity that he's sign says BJ's for free drinks. Oh no, which one? Which sign? Which sign says that? What? Um, Eli Gray says McGuire captured the super nerdy, awkward Spidey, ever traditional Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of what I think too. Southern Comic Geek, hello, how are you doing today? I was just getting ready to wrap up the show. I know there was one other thing that I was supposed to talk about. See, we got too involved in talking with you all, and that's the fun thing about it. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I read as well over on MCU Cosmic. He also did this story that the directors what are they Adil and Bilall, the directors for the Bad Boys for Life movie, who are slated to apparently be working on a reboot of Beverly Hills Cop as well. So they just did Bad Boys for Life, which is a great movie. I think you guys should go see it. I thought it was really fun. A great movie, falls right in line with the other Bad Boys films. I talked about that on Monday. But these directors are apparently being looked at to come into the MCU and possibly direct a movie or a Disney Plus film. And that really, I guess, that just kind of makes sense. But that was another story that was breaking on Jeremy Conrad's site over at mcucosmic.com. You should make sure that you go and check it out. Jeremy Conrad over there, he seems to have some pretty decent sources. I mean, he's not right about everything, Sometimes probably get scoops that you kind of have to, maybe look into a little bit. But he's typically got a lot of pretty decent information over there on his site. That's mcucosmic.com. Jeremy Conrad, go check him out. But yeah, he ran a story, I believe that was yesterday, talking about Adil and Bilall possibly to come into the MCU to direct a movie, or at least maybe possibly going into talks. And I don't know, that's pretty cool. But what movie would they direct? What do you think that they would direct? For me, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like what? Maybe they're gonna come in and do Daredevil. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're going to come in. Maybe they're going to be the directors to bring in Daredevil into the MCU. I could see that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Could be. It could be. Maybe Luke Cage. Maybe they're gonna come in and do Luke Cage. Maybe they're gonna do. I don't know. I guess there's endless possibilities. For all we know, they could be coming in to do the She-Hulk, or they could be coming in to do the Ms. Marvel. Because I don't think they announced any of those, did they? Like the directors and stuff for those yet? I don't know. Who knows? But when it comes to their TV shows, I'm not for sure that they're going to be all directed by the same director each episode. So the Disney Plus series is a little bit different thing. But I can see these two directors coming into the MCU. I mean, they're somewhat new. They're just kind of really really just starting to get their feet wet, because it looks like they've had their toes in the water for quite a while. But I could see that, because that's one of the things the MCU has done as well, is take not as big directors, like lesser known directors and things like that, and put them making some of these films. So I think it's something that we could easily see. We could easily see Adil and Bilal coming into the MCU very soon as well. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, make sure you stay tuned here on the channel because, like I said, on Monday I did that review talking about the new Black Widow movie or Black Widow comic book that's being announced, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a copy of the No Restraints Play, Black Widow No Restraints Play, written by Jen and Sylvia Soska with art by Flaviano, colored by Veronica Gandini, and lettered by VC's Clayton Cowles with covers by Clayton Crane. Well, yeah, I guess they got all the covers inside the book there. But doing a trade paperback of that, all you got to do is be subscribed to the channel, and you got to be a U.S. resident, and you got to go watch the video that I did on Monday talking about that new series getting ready to come out, being done by Kelly Thompson, to find out how to get entered into that giveaway. So yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure you check back on Saturday. I'll be doing around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing a live comic chat with Dylan's Comic Book Rants and Chris from Chaos and Comics. We're going to get together at 2 p.m. and we might see if we can reach out and get a guest onto the show as well. And then don't forget, guys, tonight on the Trailer Park Live, gonna do like we usually do, talk about some comic books and then get into some different topics throughout the week. And then we're going to have our very special guest, Firewater Effects, on the show tonight. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your weekend, or rest of your week, I guess. Rest of your day. Have a great night. We'll see you tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in the next video. Later.